Hey, welcome to NOLA Wargaming. Big Fat here, and I've got another battle report for you. So, typically I get these things out on Monday or Tuesday, and I probably won't get this thing uploaded tonight, so it's probably Saturday when I get this uploaded. So, the reason it's a little bit later than normal is, if you've been watching this channel, you know about, I don't know, half my pictures suck. So, I spent a little time working on my camera to see what was wrong with it, and I changed some of the settings, flipped some knobs, some switches, and managed to make my pictures a lot better. Unfortunately, I work on a 6-year-old laptop that wasn't very good when I bought it to begin with. So for whatever reason, it won't upload the pictures directly into PowerPoint. So I have to put them in one at a time, which is a little slower because of the picture size, I think, at least. So yeah, I needed to get a new computer. I need to fix that so it doesn't take me an eternity to upload some of these things. So, but I like the pictures. They look a lot better now. So take a look and let me know for yourself. All right, so I called up Snappy Chappers and asked him if he'd come out with his Sonnstahl, and he packed them all up and brought them over. And this is a pretty solid list. It's got a little bit of everything. So. Yeah, take a look. It's got some. He didn't need to put these guys, the light infantry, in one long rank. He could have done these guys in 2 ranks, but I think it was kind of an old habits thing. Yeah, the center of that line is pretty tough with the Cardinal Cock and Mouth and the Knights right there. But he's got that big unit of Imperial Guard, which is a little scary. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. And here's the other side. Just kind of standard balanced flank. And here's me. I changed my list yet again. I put in 2 Varkalax, kind of more of a slim down. Well, I mean, I've been running the Winged Reapers with 3. Same thing with the Ghouls. They've helped me out a lot lately. I scaled back some of the chaff, left the Wraiths in, put in some Phantoms, and the same Skeletons because yeah, I got to fulfill those core requirements, and I need to make, I don't know, a lot of zombies. And there's the other Varkalax. Anyway, here's how the tables look. Yep, Big Red went with fire. I mean, as you can see, that guy, he is a fire wizard, so Snappy definitely took the fire magic for him. He didn't take the first spell for some reason. He wanted Cascading Fire, so yeah. And here's me. Switching on my spells yet again. I made sure that Vash took Awaken the Beast this time, so the Greyback could just have Savage Fury. Alright, so here's the Vanguards. I finally was determined to remember that I can Vanguard a bunch of guys. And yeah, you see how they look. But also, you see how everything is just kind of, it doesn't seem to be very coherent. I should have put all these guys right next to each other and vanguarded as a force forward, but instead I spread them all out like that. And yeah, let's see if that pays off for me. Here's turn 1. Oh, this is the French Quarterfest that happened last weekend. It was fantastic. If you ever come to New Orleans, this is yeah, a lot of music, a lot of food, and yeah, a lot of things. It was a great time. Anyway, so he got to go first because I never go first. Over here you can see armies are just kind of moving up a little bit. He's got the shooting advantage and he knows it. But he is putting a little bit of pressure on me. He knows that Vash is kind of exposed right now, so he's pushing forward. And there you can see that steam tank starting to trundle forward. I don't have a lot that can really tear into it. I've got the Wraiths. And if I can get the Wraiths into that steam tank, that would be the greatest thing. I would love that. All right, so it's first magic phase. Yep, he got Embers off, and it toasted this unit of Ghouls. It could have gone a lot worse. I didn't lose a ton. I did lose the champion, but that's not a big deal. I can always bring these guys back though. Over here, took a little bit of damage from the shooting phase. Just 1 wound though. On my turn, I decided I'm going to start charging right out the gate. The Varkalak is going to take out those handgunners. And he gets in. I mean, he's just going to rip them to pieces. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. But it's, same distance on both sides because, I moved up the same distance and they're both on the line. And I got in there. So here we go. You see the rest of my army is kind of moving up. I'm just saying I can't pin down those readers with they're pretty fast and everything. So I'm just going to focus on his army, and they're just going to do whatever they're going to do. If I get the opportunity, I'm going to turn and kill them, but I don't have any shooting. I need a Banshee or something that can kill them, but I don't have any of that in this army. So we'll just have to wait and see if I can get them later. Here's the center. Right now you can see that I've got those ghouls, and I'm kind of daring him to come forward. He doesn't have a character in that unit of Imperial Guard. So after I fought against them last week, I feel like this unit of ghouls can hold them off for at least one turn. So here's the Phantoms just moving all the way up because, yeah, I don't see why not. They've got 4 wounds apiece, and they can, they've got that 2+ ward save. So he doesn't have. I think only the Cardinal has a magic weapon, and they're just gonna sit there and see if they can hold up the Knights, and then I can countercharge. I've got those Wraiths right over there too, just waiting. And here's some magic. I threw +1 toughness on them. Yeah, just make them a little bit more survivable. I've used these guys in the past, and they've melted before on me, so I'm a little nervous, but things went badly before for me. I think that was against, who was it against? That was against the Infernal Dwarves. So not as many magic weapons this time, but still nervous. Over here, yep, Varkalak does, and murders them. Over here, I killed 5. He's still got a rank. He does not flee. He just kind of decides to hang out. All right, turn 2. All right, so he says, Imperial Guard be damned. He's heading forward, and he's full tilt. He's going to take these guys down. So yeah, if you watched my last video, I did talk about how we did things a little differently there because the list that AOG was using was a little outdated. So we kind of went back and forth. On his army builder profile was telling me that these guys are strength 5. They're in fact strength 6. It's something I realized between games. Also, when I fought them before, I fought a unit of 30. Here, I fought a unit of 40. It doesn't seem like that makes a lot of difference in the number of attacks, but you got to remember that I strike first in both instances, and before I can take away attacks. In this instance, unless I do a ton of attacks, a ton of wounds, I'm not going to be taking away his attacks. He's going to get the full 8, 16, 24, 25 attacks, providing he's got a champion. I think he does. So he'll get 25 attacks. He's hitting on 3s. That's about 16 wounds. And and then he'll be wounding on 2 since he's strength 6, my toughness 4. 16 hits, and what is that? 13, I think 13 wounds, something like that, somewhere around there. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I've got 10, 15, 16 attacks, I think it is. No. 6, 12, 24. Yeah, 6 to 12. 18, somewhere around there, I think. 5, 10, 11, 17. 17 attacks. So 17 attacks. I'm going to hit with half of those, which is 8. I'm going to be wounding with the super poison, which is about 6 wounds. He'll save half of those. So I should be doing 3, 4 wounds. Vash, probably another 4 wounds. So that's only 8 wounds that I'm going to do versus the astronomical wounds he's going to do forward. But I'm not doing the math when I do this. And I'm convinced that because of the way that I did this last time, that my unit is going to stay and murder these Imperial Guard, and then I'm just going to countercharge next turn and take out the rest. All right, so here the Knights are coming in, the Phantoms. Yep. And that Steam Tank. God, this is going to be a bitch. Hopefully the Varkalak can kill off the rest of these handgunners before the Steam Tank takes it down. Here's the right side. The Readers just move up so they can get some shooting in. And you can see those units of spears and swords are kind of just moving into support, and the Pope's moving up too. Now, here's the other side. Readers again on the flanks. Yeah, he cascading fire on the unit. I tried to stop it, couldn't stop it. So I took I mean, I've lost a decent amount of these guys at this point. And he casts the +1 to wound flaming sword, which actually doesn't matter, but I don't know that. I was thinking it was +1 to hit when we were talking about it. I still didn't stop it, but whatever. So over here, this is just from the oh, that's pyroclastic flow. Okay, so yeah, that just knocks off another guy. Readers do a bunch of wounds to my my Reapers. I did not expect that. I thought these guys were just gonna kind of annoy me for a little bit, but these guys are proven to be much more than just annoyance because they're pinging down a whole bunch of wounds on a big unit like this. Ugh. And I think that's from a cannonball or something. Over here, yeah, yeah. I did nothing went too bad here. Varkalak took a wound and he killed a few more guys. Over here, I did 2 wounds. He did a whole bunch. I saved every last wound. If you're gonna want the trend with these Phantoms is I think I failed 1 test in combat the entire game. They took an absurd number of wounds and they failed only 1 test. Over here, yeah, that's what happened. He rolled really well. I mean, you saw I did the math with you a little while ago. He rolled higher than average, and I actually rolled higher than average too. But yeah, this is right after the number of wounds. I've lost combat by a lot. So yeah, that happened. Vash goes down on turn 2. I was way too overconfident. I felt that I could take this unit and I could wear him down. I mean, they don't have hatred. They don't have anything super special. There's no character in there to make them stubborn. I mean, no for the bodyguard rule. I just felt I could hold up and countercharge, eliminate this unit, and crush the center of his army just early on. And that did not happen. That did not happen at all. So yeah, he overruns and hits the ghasts on the side, and my army actually doesn't crumble all that much. You can see the bat swarms took a couple wounds. The fell bats took whatever 3 wounds. I think they were the worst hit. The wraiths took a couple of wounds. Phantoms took a couple of wounds. Skeletons. Actually, I don't think the skeletons took any wounds. Everything else is pretty good. So my turn, and I need to get points where I can. So I'm gonna try to take out this unit of swordsmen. Ugh, that's an ugly picture, but yeah, I get in there. Over here, the bats are gonna try to help out the ghasts. Now the flaming attacks actually matter because the fortitude saves on the ghasts are negated, and then the +1 to wound makes it 3s and 2s again on these poor dumb ghasts. So these guys are not long for this world. Yeah, even with this -1 to hit, it's not going to go well. I'm just hoping that I can do a little bit of damage and maybe make it so that, I don't know, even a little bit of damage isn't going to help a whole lot because, it's still a big unit and I don't have anything left to really hold up to these guys unless I combo charge with, maybe the Black Coach and maybe the Phantoms or something like that. Something. Over here, I hold the Wraiths back. I'm not entirely sure why, but I sent the Black Coach in. I feel like I'm going to take out the Knights right here. And there is the Coach doing Coach things. And here's the right side of the table. Here's center. He's just holding a Cardinal back there. Just, hold them back to countercharge if he needs to. Yep, here's the left side of the table. There's the skeletons preparing to flank charge or head in or do something. All right, so yeah, that was magic. I'm not actually going to cast any spells after this. I only have 1 spell now, and that's Savage Fury, which sucks. I really need to take a Necromancer who gives me access to a whole bunch more spells. But just having 1 spell, I mean, it means I'm going to have to 5 dice pretty much every spell to try to get it off because, I mean, that's it. I just have the 1. And my opponent can do the same. And if I miscast, I could potentially lose the Greyback, and he's my last wizard. And the rest of my army is going to crumble away if I do that. So over here, I kill off the rest of those guys, take another wound in the process from the steam tank, doing okay with Varkalak. hoping next turn I can knock some wounds off on the tank. So over here, yeah, I killed off a few more of those guys, and yeah, the Phantoms are just chilling. He takes off running, and I run him down. Over here, yeah, I did a couple more wounds, took a lot of damage, and died. Those Imperial Guard are killing machines, I'll tell you. Absolute killing machines. So yeah, here's turn 3. Oh, man, that was fun. Alchemical stage. The good old sponsors. So over here, yeah, he's going to charge into the race. Yeah, I think he overran, but he didn't overrun very far. But yeah, he's going to sweep in and kill these guys. Over here, he's going to take out this bat, this poor dumb bat, whose job is to, I don't know, probably just get in the way. And yeah, this is the right side of the table. This is what the center looks like right now. I think I put that bat there to keep him from hitting the ghouls in case I stayed in combat with those swordsmen, which I murdered. And here's the left side of the table. Alright, so magic. Oh man, the cascading fire is just murdering me. And he's got that wizard just hanging out there, and it's got no fear because I don't have any shooting in here. I definitely need to take some shooting or something to keep these lone characters from running around and doing stuff like this. Over here, it's just showing that I did, I think, a wound or something like that from these readers. Yeah. And then took another couple wounds from a cannonball. Damn, cannons. Wasn't too bad. He missed a lot with the cannons, but every once in a while he'd ping a wound on me. There goes the bat, because, yeah, I was going to die. Yeah, he just reformed. Just turning to face it. I mean, those skeletons are screwed at this point. They're totally out of place, and he's just surrounded them. There go the wraiths, because that was what was going to happen. And now you can really see how badly screwed these skeletons are. There's just nothing I can do to get them out of the way. Yeah, I did no wounds. I don't even think I hit the thing. And he just grinded it, and that was the end of the Varkalak. Yeah, so yeah, my turn. I'm going to get rid of these cannons. So the Varkalak's going to do, because I don't have any other flyers to come chasing after him, so the Varkalak's got to just run through these things. There we go. And here's the... this is a last-ditch effort. This is a long charge. I need like an 11 or something like that to get into these guys. But theoretically, I can get in there, and I can beat them, and I can overrun, and I can get out of the way of this mess where I'll get sandwiched by everything. I fail. I failed miserably, so these guys are just as screwed as they were before. Over here, I'm just trying to hold up the coach. I would love to get the Phantoms into it, but the Phantoms can't. He's not in their charge arc. So it's going to have to be the coach. I'm hoping the Wraith and the coach can do a few wounds to this thing. I mean, he does have 2 attacks. It is just strength 5, but yeah, I mean, it does eliminate the armor. So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen here. There's me getting in. So yeah, there's me just kind of turning to face the center of the table. You can see the ghouls with Greyback over there, and then the Winged Reapers moving up a little bit. I should have been more aggressive, but I'm trying to pin the mage where he is. So yeah, here's just the center of the table. I think, yeah, I turned around the Phantoms. In hindsight, I should just run them away. I don't just run as fast as I could. So here's the left side of the table. Varkalak kills 1, moves into the other. I did 1 wound and took a wound for my my troubles, and yeah, that's I was hoping to do better. I was hoping to do like 2-3 wounds, impact hits, and I mean I got a lot of attacks, but they're not very high strength. They're kind of strength 5-ish, and you really need higher strength to take these things down. I mean they're toughness 6 with those armor, with that tough armor. There we go, turn 4. Yep, we all knew it was going to happen. It's the end of the skeletons as we know them. Yep, that's going to be the end of them. Over here, because I was really sloppy with my movement, the mage just hopped to the side. No problems, and he's just chilling. Yep, this is the other side of the table. He's just moving those readers around and shooting wherever he needs to. Magic phase, yeah, he miscast on 3 dice. Actually rolled 666, and then I moved it down to 555 because the -1 for 3 shots. -1 for the miscast for 3 dice. He cascading fires, and the attribute kills off. Does a bunch of damage on the ghouls, and then it kills off one of the winged reapers. So not going great for those guys. They're just getting pinged to death by all this stuff. Yep, and then the miscast wizard takes a backlash to the face and just takes 2 wounds, which is great. So, yep. Oh yeah, that's the shooting phase. I thought it was just another picture. Yeah, there's the readers just murdering this poor winged reaper. He's dead in another turn, obviously. Over here, I just knocked over that cannon. He knocked over my coach. That sucked. I really need to paint this thing. I've pimped out that ride. I need to put some green stuff on it, and it's going to look great. Over here, yeah, he murdered the vast majority of the unit, and the rest just crumbled away. So yeah, my army is just disappearing very, very fast, and everything's turning to face those poor dumb phantoms who I did not just run the hell out of the way as fast as possible. So over here, the Varkalak's just trying to get rid of those readers. It's a long charge, but yeah, I get it, and I'm going to murder these guys. See, this is really the only way I can get rid of them with the army that I brought. Over here, yeah, I know that I can't win this fight against the spearmen. The reason I'm doing this is because I fancy my odds better here than against that or the Pope, because those are my two charges. Pope's going to stay if I get in there, if I get into combat. Here, I can at least hope that I can win combat. I mean, that's a long shot. Win combat, make them run, and then keep going. And then get away from this mess that is right here. So I get into the front. This is the same thing over here with the Winged Reaper. I'm just trying to get him into something so I can not get blasted to pieces by the readers. And I'm trying to help out those phantoms, but he doesn't get there. Yeah, I didn't win combat. I didn't lose by a ton, but I didn't win either. So the phantoms are starting to crumble, and yeah, fortunately, it's going to be a slow crumble, but it's going to be a crumble. Over here, the readers got murdered by the Varkalak. Ugh, terrible picture. But I'm trying to get rid of that pig and try to get rid of that mage. There we go, turn 5. And yeah, yeah, the readers are coming in. It's gonna be a rear charge. It's going to be tough. So yeah, mage just moved off to the sides, trying to get away from me. I've been trying to surround him, as you can see, but I don't think I can get with any. I can hit him with any of those units. So yeah, that's what movement phase looks like right now. Why is that picture still here? I guess I didn't delete that. Anyway, that's what it looks like. So yeah, he just magics this guy to death. And I picked up another spell on that unit of ghouls over there to knock him down just a little bit further. Over here, these phantoms are not dying fast. They've been in combat just constantly throughout this game. And this one is still here, still alive, and, well, sort of alive. And, kicking. It's got 1 wound left, so he's got to spend a whole nother turn killing. Over here, yeah, I'm going to charge the Greyback out of the unit and murder the stupid mage. It's late in the game. My opponent is more than happy to watch this happen. I'm reasonably sure I can make this charge, and he is too, but he's not running the mage away like he probably should. just because he's giving me a fair shot. He's taking pity on me right now. Greyback gets in, and I'm going to murder this stupid mage that has been the bane of my friggin' existence. Yep, here we go. The ghouls just kind of moved a little bit, and the Varkalak just moved around the house because I really have no reason why. I just felt he looked nice. So there's the rest of the army. That poor Phantom is about to die. Oh, well, the mage dies first because that's far better. Take that, dead mage. And overrun a little bit. Yeah, there goes the Phantom. That sucks. And everything is turned to face this way. Yeah, thank God it's turn 5. He's only got one more turn to go. Yep. This is a club, which was great. This place is fantastic. I can't remember the name of this band, but they were one of the best bands that we saw all day long. So over here, yeah, he's just moving up a little bit. He's hoping that he can get within shooting range of the ghouls. Yeah. And that's distance. I think he knocks one off with his shooting or something. No big deal. There's me just moving up because, well, I can. I mean, that's what's left of the armies here. You can see he's still got large chunks of his army, and I've got 3 ghouls, a vampire, and a Vargalak. That did not go well. So yeah, this is the final scores of the game, 43-92 to 25-57. There's me just, throwing some taunts out that I have something left at the end of this game. But yeah, man, that was bad. That was really bad. Turn 2, when I just let Vash and those ghouls just die. I mean, that murdered me from that point forward. And it wasn't that my army was underperforming. I was underperforming. I failed my army. I failed them really bad. I got some good performances, like from the Phantoms, that did a good job. I never gave the Gas an opportunity, which normally, they do better against things like that. That left side of the table, I didn't do a bad job. The center crumbled, and I did nothing to stop it. So yeah, which unit failed me the most? Me. I am the winner of this award. I mean, you guys saw this. Yeah, that was bad. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. Snappy Chappers had a great time, and I mean that's what's important here. So I look forward to another game against them. We did a lot of talking, and hopefully we can get together for another game in the near future. But until then, I've got another battle tomorrow, and we'll see how long it takes me to load up those pictures. But I will see you all later.